Art history is replete with tempestuous characters, and yet its list of artistic greats is equally occupied by introverted types, whose calm, if somewhat remote personalities belied the assured, outward brilliance of their creativity. This seeming dichotomy of the presence of genius is no better exemplified in Philippine art than by the two titans of the 19th century, Juan Luna y Novicio and Félix Resurrección Hidalgo.
Indeed, no two artistic personalities could have been more different. The former, whose tumultuous life was marked by aspiration, nationalist activities, and murder. The latter, the patrician Manileño, whose shy and retiring ways had only a whiff of impropriety in a mistress muse who, playing by the rules of his social class, was effectively hidden away.
Félix Resurrección Hidalgo was born in 1853 in Binondo, Manila, to wealthy landowners. Part of the expatriate Ilustrado elite who went to Spain to pursue higher learning, Hidalgo went to Paris and set up a studio gallery at number 65 Boulevard Arago. His subjects ranged from the mythological and historical to landscapes, seascapes, portraits, and genre figures. In 1884, he entered Vírgenes Cristianas Expuestas al Populacho at the National Exposition of Fine Art in Madrid, where he won a silver medal. It was this painting that catapulted him to national acclaim.
It is a recent discovery of this superlative painting that holds us in complete and utter awe of Hidalgo's talent. La Pintura shows a woman standing in front of an unfinished canvas. A large painting depicting a grove, a recurring subject of the artist. In true French Impressionist style, Hidalgo captures the essence of the moment in varying pastel hues distilled by light. The softness of the brushstrokes highlighting the femininity of his subject.
Evident here too is the strong influence of Japonism in its free and informal naturalism. The conventions of ukiyo-e printmaking clearly present in the placement of the forms with no single perspective. Depth being created by placing foreground objects close. Graceful as his subject's form is, Hidalgo has chosen to turn her away from the viewer. Through this concealment, Hidalgo reveals the smaller but no less eye-catching details around La Pintura in a masterful demonstration of subtle elegance. The viewer's attention then turns to the silhouettes of the painted trees, the porcelain vase holding paintbrushes, and the spectrum of colors on the painter's palette. So, who is the lady whose back is facing the viewer? Based on 3 photographs dated to September 1889 and taken around the time of the christening of Luna's daughter Bibi, it is the opinion of Salcedo Auctions that the subject is inspired by a member of the Ilustrados Parisian inner circle, Nelly Busted, lending further credence to the connection of Hidalgo to Busted, who are photographed twice in close physical proximity. Luna writes to his friend Dr. Jose Rizal that Hidalgo had entered a portrait of Madame Busted to the 1890 Paris Salon. A closer look at La Pintura leads the viewer to recognize the resemblance of the subject of the painting and the woman in the photographs. While their complexions are different, the physiognomy, pose, hairstyle, and style of dress of the subject and that Busted is known to wear based on her various photographs are clearly similar. Another photograph identified as Busted shows her with chestnut highlights on her tresses gathered at the back, which also closely resembles the woman in the painting. This artwork has clear and sterling provenance, having remained in the same family, the descendants of Don Jose Vázquez Castiñera, for almost 130 years. It was exhibited and photographed at the Exposición Histórico-Natural y Etnográfica at the Museo Arqueológico Nacional in Madrid in 1893 and is mentioned in the exhibition catalogue. The family of the present owners believed that it was acquired from the heirs of Don Matias Lopez, the commissioner of the Spanish pavilion at the 1889 Paris Universal Exposition, where Hidalgo's paintings were exhibited, and when La Pintura may have been originally acquired directly from the artist. This theory, however, may also be a serendipitous coincidence, and that all of the Filipino artworks in the possession of the Vasquez Castiñera heirs had come to the family from Pedro Paterno, a known benefactor and patron of Hidalgo. Research reveals that the Spanish Minister of Development requested Paterno to furnish pieces for the 1893 Madrid exhibit. While there is no direct documentary evidence that shows that Hidalgo's La Pintura was part of Paterno's personal collection, it is safe to say that it is probable. What we do know is that the 1893 exhibition catalogue lists the artwork together with Luna's España y Filipinas and the boceto for Spoliarium. Hidalgo's masterpiece is a romantic allegory on the creative process and the beauty therein. La Pintura captures a highly private and serendipitous moment. The viewer contemplates the artist, who in turn contemplates her work and the work. Pintora y Pintura. Through it, Hidalgo invites us to appreciate the image of an artist dedicated to her craft, conjuring from out of nowhere, with a wave of a paintbrush, an aesthetically pleasurable and valuable thing. It is, for want of a less hackneyed expression, sheer magic.
The choice of a woman instead of a man to represent the artist is subversion in itself, and indeed a powerful statement for the times. In the midst of the rise of modernism at the turn of the century, the transformative light of progress and liberalism shines through in the exalted art of a Filipino.
Preview starts on the 13th of September and runs through the 20th of September, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the upper lobby of the Peninsula Manila. The online catalog is available at salcedoauctions.com.